we back with Mike Zimmer. Disrespected Luka Doncic, so he's getting revenge on everyone.
Why is the greatest young talent we have ever seen since LeBron James also one of the biggest targets for disrespect in the entire NBA? In his second, third, fourth, and fifth seasons, Luka Doncic was named first-team All-NBA every year, a historic feat matched only by Tim Duncan and Larry Bird. But Luka has often been compared to superstars who put up empty numbers instead of being given the throne as the next all-time great.
And then you have Luka over here who's compared to Michael Jordan, and he's James Harden. Can he say he's better than James Harden at scoring? Can't even do that. You can't even argue that he's a better scorer than James Harden in that same category.
The Luka versus James Harden comparison at the age of 24 is not a comparison. Luka is averaging 8.5 more points per game, 3.7 more assists per game, and 4.5 more rebounds per game. James Harden eventually raised his stats to an MVP level. Luka is already there. So the question is, why is the media hating on a literal superstar? A month ago, ESPN posted a video asking, why don't players want to play with Luka Doncic and the Mavericks?
They did that?
And the replies were brutal. The blatant Luka slander is crazy. Luka and the Mavs spanked Shea and the Thunder 2 days ago, but y'all were quiet. ESPN's issue with European players needs to be studied.
Probably because he has Kyrie, that's why.
So while the
You know, they don't like Kyrie.
on Luka's side, the media is against him, and what makes this even more strange is that Jokic, a European player himself,
They
has
love
been
him.
immune to this, while Luka has suffered all of the hate.
No, and the media, they love Jokic. They love him. They love him. His triple doubles and his horses. But they said, Luka, nah, he plays too slow. Nah, Kyrie's his teammate. He got a squad around him. Nah.
And this year, Luka has absolutely zero chance to win the MVP, while Jokic is about to win his third. But why is this not more of a conversation? Does the media actually hate Luka?
Pouts, he whines, he moans.
The Mavericks have 50.
Don't you say that? Skip.
Pouts,
You need to watch your mouth, buddy boy.
he whines, he
Watch it with
The
soap.
Mavericks have 50 wins to the Nuggets 56, and comparing their stats, Luka's 33.9 points, 9.8 assists, and 9.2 rebounds per game are similar, if not better, than Nikola Jokic with less rebounds but slightly more assists and over 7 more points per game.
Why don't we just team up together, bro? You could probably win an MVP. You put these two together, they might just give it to you since Jokic is your teammate. Whoop-de-doo!
With less rebounds but slightly more assists and over 7 more points per game. The Nuggets are defending champions, but they are also not a clear-cut dominant regular season team like the Celtics. The Mavericks have had a roster that have seen many changes, including a ton at this year's trade deadline. They are a roster full of role players beyond Luka and Kyrie Irving. Somehow, it's as if voters already have MVP fatigue for Luka before he's even won the award, as if his extreme success at a young age is being counted against him. What does Luka need to do to turn around this hate? To get the voters' attention? Well, he is currently on a revenge spree.
Yes, he said that.
What's up, Mike here, and 1 month ago, the Dallas Mavericks were in shambles. On March 5th of this very season, the Mavericks...
I understand how teams passed on Luka, Suns and Kings. Okay, he won EuroLeague MVP. He's 18 years old. He's been a pro since 16 years old. He's the MVP of the EuroLeague. Won a championship in the EuroLeague. Won Finals MVP in the EuroLeague. 18 years old. Pick him!
Lost 5 of their last 6
Just
games.
based off that alone, bro. This shows, but man, that was great potential. I don't know what it is.
Panic was setting in, as it was said by the Mavs front office last summer that Luka may...
Because that's what the draft is based off now. Potential. Not what you can do now, but what you can do probably about like 5 years. That's what the draft is based off now.
March 5th, they had just a 34-28 record, were likely going to play in the play-in game, and their defense was absolutely awful. But before we continue, guys, I want to thank Rocket Money for sponsoring today.
Max.
Sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back into that video. The criticism at this point was just growing stronger and stronger. Luka's 73-point game was even completely discounted by Stephen A. Smith, and ESPN instead chose to attack the Hawks without giving Luka...
I saw that too. I saw that. They chose to say the Hawks are trash. The Hawks are trash. The Hawks are trash. You let a dude score stain 3 on you, that's trash. He didn't say nothing about Luka.
Founded by Stephen A. Smith, and ESPN instead chose to attack the Hawks without giving Luka any credit at all.
What transpired last night
In
in
Atlanta.
Atlanta was disgraceful.
If everybody can score 70, then how special is it?
The Hawks, you should be ashamed of your
Yep.
damn self. You really should.
As a
He
team,
didn't say anything
Dallas
about
was
Luka.
middle of the pack at this point. Their offensive rating was 8th, but their defensive rating was just 22nd, giving them a net rating of 16th. However, in spite of this criticism,
But they had a trade
perhaps
deadline.
because of this criticism, Dallas banded together and caught fire at the exact right
They had a great trade deadline too, Mike. They got rid of Grant Williams and brought in PJ Washington. He's younger, I think. And he got rid of I forgot who they got rid of, but they brought in Daniel Gafford. He's nice. I've been watching Daniel Gafford since Russell with the Wizards. I already knew he'd been nice.
moment, directly headed into the NBA playoffs, and they've done so in the most unlikely of ways. As while their offensive rating has jumped up to 6th during a 16-2 stretch, their net rating has jumped all the way to tied for 1st with the Boston Celtics. And get this, their defensive rating has been the clear-cut leader in the entire NBA. Before this stretch, the
Playing
Mavericks
defense
defense
now,
was their
Luka!
biggest point of concern, but the addition of Daniel Gafford, along with the emergence of rookie Derek Lively, have changed everything for the Mavericks. Yes, everyone has played their part, specifically Dante Exum as a wing defender has been excellent, but it is Gafford who has been an absolute monster.
That's what I'm
The Mavericks
saying,
were able
man.
to trade with the Washington Wizards to get Daniel Gafford,
Yup.
and since then, on offense, he leads the entire league in true shooting percentage. He's 10th in offensive rebound percentage, 7th in blocks per game, and 4th in blocks percentage, and he is 1st out of everyone in offensive rating. Gafford is the perfect player for Dallas on both ends of the floor. He knows his role. He is a pick and roll, dive to the rim big who just finishes around the basket at an extremely high rate, while also
That's why I
creating
love him. That's why I love him, bro. Like I said, when Russ was in Washington, Russ used to dime him up all the time, bro. Russ used to dime up all the time. He used to give Russ about like 10 to 20 assists a game.
second
It's
chances
based off him being athletic and bouncing in the paint and
his
alert.
teammates and locking it down on defense. Derek Lively does not qualify for these stat leaderboards, but if he did, he would actually rank ahead of Gafford by a slight amount in true shooting percentage, and both Gafford and Lively have provided the Mavs with great rim defense, as opponents are shooting -6% on shots at the rim versus Gafford and -5.2% against Lively. Dallas finally has the perfect center combo for a Luka run offense, but as we know, the hate has always been there for Luka, especially after the Kristaps Porzingis and Jalen Brunson situations. Many in the media have questioned whether Luka can play with another star.
Should players want to play with Luka?
No, I'm starting to think no.
If you were to think of a teammate who would not fit with Luka Doncic, it would be the ball-dominant, ISO-scoring, has had some problems with his teammates in the past, Kyrie Irving. But not only have Luka and Kyrie seemingly loved each other, as just recently against the Rockets, the two walked arm in arm with smiles off the court.
So connected on both ends, and then you got Luka sprinting the court to pick up his running mate.
And in post-game press conferences, Kyrie and Luka have had nothing but good things to say about each other.
We all knew how special this year was going to be based on what Luka was doing and really initiating himself into that leadership.
Man,
role
Jack is
this
hard
past
with this number on it.
Speak for themselves. Me
Hey,
as a player,
Kyrie.
I have love and support to give him.
There is also great reason for this. Luka has proven he can take the criticism and has gone out of his way to be a leader and to make Kyrie comfortable, and the results have been tremendous. Taking a look at Luka and Kyrie's two-man duo stats compared to his and Jalen Brunson's, we find that the pair of Luka and Kyrie shoot tremendously better on the court together. They turn the ball over much less, and they generate a lot more points. Compared to Luka and Porzingis, there is no comparison, as Porzingis was traded in 2022 after the pair did not fit at all, and we can see why in 2021. Luka and Porzingis ranked 9th out of 10th in field goal percentage, points per possession, and turnovers. They were not a fit, but now everything has changed with Kyrie Irving, and that could mean big things for this year's playoffs. Because Luka has proven to us already that he steps up directly after he is doubted/hated. In the 2022 season, Luka was straight up fat shamed.
A professional athlete is out of shape. You know what? Looking in the mirror like, damn, got an extra one of these.
He's not in great shape.
You got to go full on pizza and
Beer.
to get like that.
To get that far out of shape, you got to really try.
Has he chanted this down?
Luka would respond to this directly, telling the media he had put on too much weight after
Oh,
playing.
then he go off on that one reporter calling him fat or something like that. He was mad. He got a fan kicked out, and the reporter asked him about it. He got mad at the reporter.
summer.
It's that same report that called Russ a vampire.
Which led to him taking a
He deserved it. Luka knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Porter knew what he was doing. Luka still done business, bro. Good job, Luka.
The Heat for not being able to play with Porzingis. The Mavericks, without Porzingis and with Luka leading the way heavily, made it to their first Western Conference Finals since 2011 when Dirk and the Mavs won the entire NBA championship. Can you sense a theme here? When Luka is hated, the man responds. The Phoenix Suns were even directly hating on Luka in the Western Conference.
Everybody tough when they up. Everybody tough when they up.
Finals. These were just some of the antics the Suns were pulling, and it seemed like they were about to work. Phoenix did take a 3-2 series lead, but Luka would walk off the court down 3-2, saying, down 3-2, it was Luka who was doing the trash talk. As in Game 6, he'd put up a big-time performance while leading the Mavs to a 27-point blowout win, and then he'd follow that up in Game 7 while laughing, dancing, possibly ruining Chris Paul's last chance at an NBA championship. The Suns as a franchise have still not recovered, as they are either going to be the 6th seed this season or play in the play-in game. And that is perhaps the most important thing about all of the hate and all of the disrespect Luka has received so far in his young career, his response. If Luka is going to rise up and place himself in the same category of a Michael Jordan or LeBron James type, a young player on the path to be one of the greatest to ever do it, Luka needs to have the mentality to not only play through the hate, but to use it as fuel and to get revenge. We need to remember, before Michael Jordan won his first title, a lot of people said Mike would never win a title ever because he scored too much. He didn't get his teammates involved enough. Nobody could win a championship with that style of isolation play. Mike would respond with 6 rings. Looking at LeBron, by the time LeBron became a young superstar, the narrative had completely flipped, which tells us a lot about the media. Now, the media was saying LeBron passed too much in the clutch, that he didn't have the Michael Jordan gene, and that this would keep him from ever winning a title. Both of these takes seem absurd.
You don't have that Michael Jordan gene. Oh, Michael Jordan, he shot the balls. He can't win a championship. He can't win a championship. He shot the ball too much. He shoots too much. Oh, LeBron doesn't have that Michael Jordan gene. He can't win no shit.
Jordan and LeBron's careers.
You need to shut up.
But they were very real at the time, and now Luka is facing his own criticism. That he's too ball dominant, that players don't want to play with him, that he's too fat. However, this is where things are about to...
No, that's kind of for Zion, though. That's kind of... You know, the Kings versus Pelicans game last night, they threw a chicken wing out on the court, and they zoomed right in on Zion, bro. A Kings fan, threw a chicken wing on the court. The camera went right to Zion, bro. You can't make this up. They went right to Zion with the chicken wing and threw on the court. Someone said Zion order Uber Eats. They order Uber right in the middle of the game.
In terms of pure numbers, Luka is in the same category as Mike and LeBron. Yes, he is missing an MVP, but in years 2 through 6, assuming Luka finishes with another first-team All-NBA, which is a safe assumption to make as he is second in MVP voting, Luka will have 1 more first-team All-NBA than Mike and 2 more than LeBron during that same stretch in their careers. In terms of stats, Luka does have slightly less points per game than Mike, but he has more rebounds and assists per game in years 2 through 6 than both Mike and LeBron. He also has a better effective field goal percentage, and again, we need to remember, Michael Jordan did not win a playoff series until his 4th season. He did not win a...
This is his 4th year?
Michael Jordan did not win a
4, 3, 3. I think he went to 3 games back then. Dang.
playoff series until his 4th season. He did not win a title until his 7th. LeBron would make the NBA Finals in year 4, but it wasn't until year 9 that LeBron won his first ring. Before those titles, the hate kept building up on the 2 GOATs of basketball because people love to hate on greatness. And so we are going to soon find out, is Luka Doncic truly great? Can Luka take that leap in the playoffs and begin to carve out his own path as one of the all-time greats? The Mavericks will be playing the Clippers in round 1, and Luka immediately has a chance for revenge, as the Clippers took down Luka in the first round of both the 2020 and 2021 playoffs. And if there's one thing we all can agree on, nobody wants to play a team that is this red hot in the playoffs. Luka is going to finish this year as the only player ever to average at least 33 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds per game. Dallas has their superstar. They have their second star in place, and their roster is cooking. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss a video in the future. If you did enjoy this video and you're interested in the NBA offseason, we recently made a video on why the Lakers might make a game-changing move. Or maybe
the GM back at it
about why Isaiah Thomas was done dirty. And
all right, Mike. All right, the Mavericks. Luka Doncic getting revenge on everyone but the Clippers. They're going to be first round next. They had a great season. They're having a great season still because he's not over yet. I like what they did with their roster. But yeah, like I said, y'all just drew the Clippers in the first round. That's tough.